Howdy friends, welcome back to the Outpost. In today's video we are going to be debunking the expiration date myth on canned goods. Most people have canned goods at their home, inside the garage, the pantry, or wherever it is, and the time comes and you go looking for something tasty like maybe a can of beans or something, and you look down at it, you see the date on it, and then you look at the calendar, you're like, oh man, I missed it by 2 months, and you chuck the thing in the trash. You just wasted money. One of the biggest misconceptions in our current society is the duration before canned goods become inevitable. In fact, most cans don't feature an expiration date anymore, rather a for best quality use by date stamp. So the next time you're wavering on whether or not a can of food is safe to consume, remember the following. Now, while eternity may be an overstatement, the process of canning foods renders its contents commercially sterile and microbiologically safe to consume even when the sell-by date is from a bygone era. To understand why canned foods are safe to eat long after any printed date, you must understand how these products are made. Canned foods are sterilized by heating their contents with steam at temperatures from 116 to 121 degrees Celsius. By exposing these foods to highly pressurized steam, microorganisms are destroyed and inhibited from repopulating its interior. Cans are then sealed to make them airtight, which preserves its sterile environment. Unless punctured, its contents remain in suspended animation, waiting the day to be cooked and enjoyed. Still not convinced that that can of beans that you threw away was still good? Check this out. In the 1820s, an expedition led by Sir William Edward Parry set out to explore the Northwest Passage. And to keep his crew fed, he gathered several canned meats to go with them for the voyage. 2 of those cans survived uneaten and were kept in a museum until 1938, when researchers moved the canned meat for inspection. After nearly 100 years, scientists found the meat was nutritionally sound and considered safe for consumption. How do you like that? In fact, the Canned Food Alliance state that as long as the can has not been ruptured, its contents are considered safe for eating indefinitely. For example, this can of Dinty Moore chicken and dumplings has a best by March 2025, and that actually has a perforation pull tab on it. Imagine these cans that don't, where you need to have a can opener. Now, as long as you keep all these goods in moderate temperature and they're not punctured, they're not going bad. Trust me. Now, on a personal note, being a plumber by trade, I remember a few years ago we had to open up and take out a wall to a shower to make some repairs, and when we did that, it had been covering an old pantry from when the house was built in the 20s, and there was a single can of gherkin pickles that were in there. We opened them up and they were as good as the day that they were packed. Cold hard truth when it comes to these companies that are manufacturing canned goods is a marketing ploy. If they put a date on a can, the consumer is looking at that, say, oh, okay, I got 2 years on it, and the 2 years comes and it goes, and they go to pick it up and it says, oh no, it's past the date, and they chuck it out. Ha! Now you have to go buy more, when in the first place that canned good shouldn't have ever gone bad in the first place. Now, because canned foods is sealed and processed at the peak of its nutritional content, most foods retain the nutrients and vitamins years after they've been canned. Although the texture and the color of the foods may alter during a long shelf life, their safety and nutrition remain intact. Next time you're scouring your pantry looking for food, pay no mind to the dates listed on the can. As long as it's been stored at a moderate temperature and its shell hasn't been punctured, open the can and enjoy. Hey, that's going to do it for this one. Thanks so much for hanging out and watching. Listen, the manufacturers of these canned goods have to stamp their little date on these canned products because of USDA regulations and health department codes and all that other stuff, but they straight up tell you that these goods will stay indefinitely good with nutritional value as long as kept in moderate temperature and non-punctured. Got any comments, questions, leave them down below, and I'll see you next time on The Outpost.